Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We are going to be getting the show started a few minutes after the hour to get everybody a chance to settle in. Thanks for your patience. See you guys soon. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We're going to get the show started in just another moment. A reminder that, as always, this is a free show, so do not feel obligated to tip. But if you feel moved to do so, there will be links in all of the various chats. For those of you on the Zoom side of things, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how you can make this an interactive show. We would like as many people to remain unmuted as possible, but you must be in a quiet space, meaning no dogs barking, no phones ringing, etc. Don't worry, I am here to catch any mute issues, but every noise you make while you're unmuted will be heard by all. No need to be afraid of it, though. Just try to keep quiet during the presentation. So here is how you volunteer to be unmuted. You're going to go down to the participants window right down here. And once you click on that, you'll see the list of written names pop up on the right-hand side. And at the very bottom of that list of written names, you'll see this blue raise hand feature. You click that, you're signaling to me you would like to be unmuted and that you are in a quiet space. And with that, we want to give a very special thank you to the Folk Project. Got a quick video right here to show you where they're at.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, nicely done, Brandon, with that map, and it's so nice to see the Unitarian Church and everybody there. The Folk Project, I don't know, somebody can chat us and let us know how long it's been going, but it's like a family and a half. It's like generations. It's a great organization. So we're Mustard's Retreat. This is Libby Glover. I'm David Tamulevich. This is the Defiantly Hopeful Tour, and now more than ever. And welcome to fall. It's the equinox. So we're going to start with a song. This may be the oldest song we do. Yeah, we may do it. I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning, and I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their limb, and hurrah for the life of a country boy, and to ramble in the new mown hay. In spring we sow, at the harvest mow, and that is how the seasons around they go. But of all the times, if choose I may, I go rambling in the new mown hay. For I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning, and I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their limb, and hurrah for the life of a country boy, and to ramble in the new mown hay. In winter when the sky is gray, we hedge and we ditch our time away. But in summer when the sun shines gay, we go rambling in the new mown hay. For I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning, and I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their limb, and hurrah for the wife of a country boy, and to ramble in the new mown hay.
That'll open the pipes, son.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's a good song. Folk Project is a singing organization. So we want you all to feel free to sing along at home because we know you're going to do it anyways. So this here is another fall song. Wrote this for a group of people. WXPR is a radio station up in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, where we played. 1 October, we were the entertainment between the town's annual potluck and dance, fall potluck and dance, and it was a great community up there. There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can dance the way we did it back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. And that cotton dress you'd wear matched the flowers in your hair. And there's a magic in the night with the moon shining so bright. Oh honey, won't you come along with me? Up the floor and back again, long time lovers, best of friends, through the changes and the years we have remained. And what was spark is now aglow, waiting only for it to blow it like kindling once again into a flame. Summer leans into the fall, full of stories to recall. Apple wine and autumn wind, in the company of friends. And let the music fine and sweet lift the years from off our feet, and remember times we'll never see again. And there's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. And that cotton dress you wear matched the flowers in your hair. And there's a magic in the night with the moon shining so bright. Oh honey, won't you come along with me? So the Folk Project has got a great group of volunteers. And years ago, Michael Huff, who was a member of Mustard's Retreat for many years, has now moved out west. And we wrote this song to celebrate them and some of the things that had happened to us. And so this really is a shout along, and you may not feel like shouting at home, or you just might. It's kind of like primal folk therapy. So the chorus goes, 1, 2, 3, hey! Have them put the chairs away. Does that sound too high to you? I don't know. Well, now let's leave it at that. There you go. 1, 2, 3, hey! Have them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Jenny's a baker, she works all night. She smiles like an angel on a mountain bike. She made the cookies and they taste just right. Jenny is a volunteer. Well, they open the halls in the afternoon. They help performers to stay in tune. They'll be cleaning up by the light of the moon. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Let them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And then there's Spike. He's seen it all, but he's the one who let the curtain fall. I was changing clothes on the moon, you all. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And Kathy's the one in the yellow pants. She loves the music and she sure can dance. And with her computer now, she writes grants. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Have them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And then there's Andy. He works the sound. Thunderstorms coming and he looks around. He's all patched in, but he's lost his ground. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it ain't for the money, cause they work for free. It's a great dysfunctional family. It's all for the music and the company. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Have them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Have them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. We are, we always say the rock and roll world gets the weirdos, the folk world gets the eccentrics, and we are militantly folk. We're all part of that world, and it's a great community to be part of. So we are about to record a private show for the Hudson Historical Society in Hudson, Ohio, and we're going to do this song. This is an old folk song. It's called Shawneetown. Shawneetown, you run down the Ohio and you hit Mississippi and you just go south of that. And on the western bank there, at one point, was a big trading town called Shawneetown. I think it's all abandoned now. But this is a song about life on the river. Some rose up, but we floats down, way down the Ohio to Shawneetown. And it's hard on the beach or she moves too slow, way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. Now the current's got her and we'll take up the slack. Gonna float her down to Shawneetown and bushwhack her back. And it's hard on the beach or she moves too slow, way down to Shawneetown on the Ohio. The whiskey's in the jug, boys, the wheat it's in the sack. Gonna trade 'em down to Shawnee Town and bring the rock salt back. And it's hard on the beach shore. She moves too slow. Way down to Shawnee Town on the Ohio. The water's mighty warm, boys. The air, it's cold and dank. And the cursed fog, it gets so thick that you cannot see the bank. And it's hard on the beach shore. She moves too slow. Way down in Shawnee Town on the Ohio. Sun rose up, the wee floats down. Way down in Ohio to Shawnee Town. And it's hard on the beach shore. She moves too slow. Way down to Shawnee Town on the Ohio.
Woo. Thank you.
All right. Well, and since we're doing traditional songs, here is a song about the logging trade in Michigan. Michigan used to be a big old swampy forest, and it's incredible to think how much wood was taken out of Michigan.
Built America.
Built America, built Chicago. It's called the Michigan Pines. A for the axe you very well know. B for the bullies who use it just so. C for the chopping that makes the woods ring. D for the danger we always are in. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. E for the echo that through the woods rang. F for the foreman, the head of our gang. G for the grindstone so often we turn. H for the handle so smoothly now worn. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. I for the iron that marketh the pine. J for the jolly boys never behind. K for the keen edge our broad axes keep. L for the lice that keeps us from sleep. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. M for the moss we stuff in our camps. N for the needle we use in our pants. O for the owl that hoots all the night. P for the pine that falls just right. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. Q for the quarreling on which we thrive. R for the river we love so to drive. S for the sleigh so stout and strong. T for the team that hauls them along. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. U for the underwear, flannel and red. V for the valley where we lie our dead. W the woods we leave each year. X stands for nothing a logger would hear. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. Y for the yell when the timber comes down. Z for the zeal of the dances in town. When the ring of the lumberjack's piano is o'er, it's back to the forest we'll venture once more. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down.
I love harmony.
And we should say lumberjack's piano with people from Ohio here. Ohio is kind of the dulcimer center of the country, I believe, and lumberjack's piano is a hammered dulcimer. It was portable. Could be easier to carry around to camps than an upright. and the amazing thing about the loggers, they worked all winter. You know, it was a winter profession. That they were out in the woods in the sub-zero temperatures, cutting down the trees and hauling them to the rivers, so that in the spring the logs could be floated down So it was a big deal having entertainment there. So there were guys that used to go around and entertain everybody. I'm reading a book about it now, and back in like the 1890s, 1900s, everybody sang, and everybody was expected to sing. And, in the heart of the winter, the year I turned 10, my father he took sick and died. With a scratchy old farm, 6 kids in lean times, Mama fought pretty hard to get by. Spring was turning to summer when a man he came traveling through. Say he worked till the harvest was all stored away, and that meals and a room it would do. It was that or the banks, so my mom signed him on. His name it was Jerry Brown. On the front porch we gathered when dinner was done, and the evening was settling down. And he'd tell us his stories of traveling, sing of old friends, places he'd been. And he mended our hearts on those long summer nights, taught me to smile once again. He'd sing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I cry. But the answers, they'll come by and by. He worked hard as 2 men, was quick with a grin, though a distance remained in his eyes. And he never did say why he took to the road, and we knew well enough not to cry. But he understood how I was feeling, or at least to me, that's how it seemed. And late in the night, as I lay in my bed, his songs, they'd run through my dreams, singing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I've cried. But the answers, they'll come by and by. October it came, the last corn was in, and Jeremy packed up to go. Heading down south was about all he could say. If he'd be back, he just didn't know. But I think that I knew as he held me, when somehow I could smile through the tears, that if I needed a friend, I would find him again in this song that I've sung all these years. I sing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I cry. And the answers, they've come by and by. There's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's It's a sad and a sweet
thing to cry.
yes, to cry, how I've cried. And the answers, they come by and by.
Thank you.
Well, there's a
That's beautiful.
summer fall song. So, Folk Project has had spring and fall getaways, which were legendary, and we'd actually been invited at one time to do one, and we couldn't work it out in our schedule. But it's kind of, we're going to dedicate this song to the people here from the Folk Project. It's a festival song. Yeah, one of the things I've heard most about, this year is people that were disappointed that they couldn't get out to music festivals. So hopefully next summer, but this will have to do for now. It was festival night, with the stage lights so bright, in the Texas Hill Country last year. You were dancing alone, I was in line for the phone, and when our eyes met, I spilled my beer. All my worries in mind seemed to flex and unwind when I saw you were laughing with me. I'd be normally shy, but the big Texas sky and the music untangled my feet. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. Then you took my hand, we'd forgotten the band, and we walked till we met your fine friends. You whispered soft in my ear, let's spend a few minutes here, but when I wink, we can slip off again. Oh, the night wind sang coolly, your friends got unruly, as the conversation scattered and grew. I was feeling bereft, but then everyone left when you offered to show your tattoo. I found you disarming. Your tattoo was charming, and your smile just as pretty as slime. And the rain came and went, and I found in your tent you were just a bit quirky. Oh my. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. Through the changing of seasons, I thought of you then, and I wondered if you felt the same. We had laughter and magic that night 'neath the stars, but your address washed away in the rain. Now it's festival night in New Jersey tonight. Like a dream I have found you again. So I catch you by eye, and with a wink you reply and dump your drink on your muscular friend. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. Oh, we danced in a crowd of 3,002. There was no one to shame or find fault with the wind and the crickets and the South Texas moon and the tune from an old country waltz. And the tune from an old country waltz. So,
Oh, I get 2 in a row.
2 in a row on your base. So I gotta get a little drink here. So, we gotta have a couple of great guests for the after party. Matt Wetruba, who was going to be here last week, but couldn't be with Robert Jones as part of Common Chords. So we asked him back so he'd get the opportunity to play for you. And then our good friend Jan Christ, now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, but originally from Michigan. And Matt and Jan and I and some others are part of the Yellow Room gang. You might have, actually, this is the Yellow Room. This is where we used to, for I don't know, 14 years held our meetings until COVID. So this is very unusual for me because it's two positive love songs. I'm not known for writing a lot of positive love songs.
There's always a cat. I don't know. The cat. Somebody always gets the cat.
We'll have to. Can't do that this week, but. Kind of about that phase where you're just falling in love. You've got that air of mystery about you, style and grace with everything that you say. You're sexy and smart, tears me apart, but you know I like it that way. You're more than just a permanent presence, forgetting things that I gotta do. Yeah, look at the signs, or I'd have to be blind. Baby, I'm just crazy about you. I can see in your eyes, there's no surprise. Let's move beyond questions and doubts. Consider this proposal, I'm here at your disposal. Have fun working it out. I'm way beyond infatuation, like a moth to the proverbial flame. I'm eager to learn if you warm or you burn. See if they're one and the same. Forget about perfection, it's all about nothing's written in stars above. I want to know the mystery in the heart of your soul. Opens when you're falling in love. So let's change the math of this equation. Calculate ourselves something new. I'm moving past distraction to intense interaction. Baby, I'm just crazy about you. Forget about responsible. It's all about what's possible. Baby, I'm just crazy about you. Oh, I have to be blind to make up your mind. Baby, I'm just crazy about you. Woo! Oh man, I don't know what happened to those 2 lines in there.
Okay. This is a feel-good song. Makes you feel good when you help out. Oh, that's the next one. The next song is a feel-good song.
This is a defiantly hopeful song. Well, it's hard times in this winter city, though the falling snow kind of makes it look pretty. Colored lights, Christmas coming on, well, they shine like stars and then they're gone. Sidewalks echo full of restless feet that are keeping time with that city beat. Now old Joe's got a steel guitar, used to make his living playing in the bars. Now he spends his time at the park, praying for nickels from dawn to dark. Not finds him sleeping out on the street, well, he's just a part of that city beat. Too little hope, too little sky, the dreams are the wings on which we fly. And the alleys they whisper, neighborhoods talk, and somewhere in the middle down the pavement I walk. Somebody's singing next block down, I can't hear the words, but there's joy in that sound. Past the dark edge of sorrow, it smiles like a friend, and it lifts my feet as we get moving again. The melody lingers, it's both bitter and sweet, singing out the rhythm of that city beat. Too little hope, too little sky, the dreams are the wings on which we fly. And the alleys they whisper, neighborhoods talk, and somewhere in the middle down the pavement I walk. Well, the morning's hazy, full of fog and steam. It swirls and disappears like some elusive dream. And the city fills in a long, deep breath, and it takes you in and you do your best. The poem's always changing as it plays and repeats, and it keeps in time with that city beat. Thank you.
Okay, is this a real good song?
This is you know, everybody can really make a difference out there. And that's what this song is about. Just what one person can do by their actions, and it inspires other people. You know, and I want to take a minute here to thank Mark Schaefer, who puts these concerts together, and Gary Pratt, who's doing the tech. And you guys,
Thank you.
I mean, you're volunteers. You make this happen. You do all this work and behind the scenes, and you're not even in Zoom tonight, so we can't see you, but we can thank you. Dedicate this song to you guys. And of course to Cindy. A little bit west of nowhere is my town. A faded elegance falling down. Somewhere lost between the cracks. The world rushed through this place, I hope it never comes back. Politicians said, put your doubts aside. But spin is just another word for lie. They took this land, betrayed our trust, ground all our dreams away, left us tears and dust. So I started one September night. Sometimes you just do what you feel is right. With a shovel and some seedlings from a friend, and a will to try and make some kind of amends. I plant for you, I plant for me, I plant a prayer of hope with each and every tree. All for a world I'll never see. In the evenings you can find me planting trees. At first it was only me, and there wasn't much to see. Anger and despair still gripped the town. Leave it to the children to turn such things around. They started coming in ones and twos, wanting to know what they could do. And in this place where hope had died, they brought their joy of life, and the town regained its pride. They plant for you, they plant for me, they are a prayer of hope with each and every tree. All for a world they still may see. In the evenings you can find them planting trees. Sometimes I walk to start my day and watch the morning shadows play. Like tiny hands they reach and weave, and so the earth gives thanks, and I find that's all I need. We plant for you, we plant for me, we plant a prayer of hope with each and every tree. All for a world that still can be. In the evenings you can find us planting trees. We plant for you, we plant for me, we plant a prayer of hope with each and every tree. All for a world that still can be. In the evenings you can join us planting trees.
Thank you.
That was loosely based on a story in a movie called The Man Who Planted Trees. It's about, part of that was the idea there. So while we're on an environmental theme here, I found a book of poetry, a book of Halloween poetry, and this poem was in it. It's by Kathleen Rains from England, and I just love the poetry of this, and I put it to music and made a few changes here. It's called The Spell for Creation. Within the flower lies a seed, and from that seed there springs a tree, and from that tree there spreads a wood, and in that wood there burns a fire, and in that fire melts a stone. Within the stone a ring of iron, within that ring there lies a sphere, within that sphere there looks an eye. Within the eye there swims a sea, within the sea reflected sky, and in that sky there shines a sun, and in that sun a bird of gold, and in that bird there beats a heart, and in that heart there flows a song, in that song there sings a word, and in that word there speaks a world. A world of joy, a world of grace. With understanding will come peace. A world of joy, a world of grace. With understanding will come peace. From joy and peace there springs my love, and oh my love, there springs a world, and on that world there shines a sun, and in that sun there burns a fire, and the fire consumes my heart, and in my heart there beats a bird, and in that bird there wakes an eye, and in that eye earth, sea and sky. Earth, sky, and sea within that sphere lies like a seed within the flower, and in that seed is all we know. From that knowledge comes our power.
Spell for creation.
Spell for creation. So I think first time we were at the Folk Project was, I think, probably in the 80s. And I believe that there was a singer there who might be here tonight, people might know, named Ken Gallipo from New Jersey. And after the show, he wrote us and said, we would love to record, or I would love to record this song. So his recording is the first recording of this song other than ours. It's a family song, and some of you know part of my family is Lithuanian, and we managed to find them after
Labas rytas.
Labas vakaras.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's night now, but that's good. That was good. So, but we had been estranged for 60, 70 years, and we got to tour over there and find them. It was a lot of great stories there. So this is a song dedicated to them, and we'll do the last verse in Lithuanian.
We will? Oh.
Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome good stranger come in. Our voices together all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. Our ancestors came from away, far away, from 1,000 traditions and kin. What we all share together as we stand here today, with a chance to start over again. Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome good stranger come in. Our voices together all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. Our measure of worth's not in power or gold. The greatest truth comes from the heart, and it's how we take care of the weak and the old. This is the place we can start. Gather the family, here we belong, and welcome, good stranger, come in. Our voices together all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. And so, like a forest, our roots hold the past, while our branches reach into the sky. Let our gift to our children be family that lasts, and a future to which they can fly. Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome, good stranger, come in. Our voices together all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. Susi borgiami shema, jamu suvieta, svetingas prevedujek. Legduana dalinemens, viena dina, Atetus prasididacha. Atetus, the future prasidida begins chat. Here. So thank you. So we're going to do 3 more songs here. And then we're going to take a short break. You can get up and stretch and remind you there's a tip jar if you're so inclined. It goes to the Ramen Noodle Fund for Mustard Retreat and some to the Folk Project as well. We love supporting these organizations who support us all these years. And then we'll be back for the after party. Like our part of the concert it's almost over. We'll do something there, but we're going to come back with the after party. It's going to be a round robin with Matt Watroba and Jan Christ and us, which is always fun. So this is for if Diane Lansing is here from upstate New York. This is a song for her. I'm not asking much. You don't have to call or keep in touch. You don't expect to do it anyway. There's something left, but it's mostly over. A few more lines, a little older, and a bed that's all your own at the end of the day. Part of me remembers summer wine, winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me, forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers anyway. Well, it's sad how blind we are to things gone wrong till they've gone too far, and there's nothing that can set them straight again. And it's a funny place to stand, worn out hearts, empty hands, with your best friend there, still too far away. Part of me remembers summer wine and winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me, forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers anyway. Well, I'm no longer feeling sad, but old regrets are just as bad. They waste your time with little in return. That's not to say I don't remember, but it's like the sun in late November that tries to warm you through the cold, but all the while it's getting old, and part of me remembers summer wine and winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers, part of me remembers, part of me remembers anyway.
Such a pretty song.
So we're going to do two more songs, take that short break, and if there are requests you want to hear, I sort of remembered one in the pre-Zoom meeting, but tonight is all original and traditional songs, so we're not doing anything other than that. But if there is an original song that you want to hear, put it in the chat, and if I can remember it, if we can remember it, we'll try to do it. So here's a song that I don't know. This is maybe the ultimate defiantly hopeful song, and get out and vote. Get out and vote, and don't let anything stop you. We turn the earth in winter's shadow, knowing spring is drawing near, keeping faith with summer's promise and the turning of the year, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. A simple pleasure, planting gardens, picking stone and pulling weeds, a space beyond the rush and clatter, finding something that we need, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Mystery's not quite forgotten, something that we now reclaim. Down through countless generations, wind and fire, root and rain, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Post-industrial techno-visions tell us how to think and feel. We ignore the corporate chatter and derail their grinding wheels, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Knowing that we have the power, each of us in our own way, to make these moments something better. All great changes start that way, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. So we turn the earth and keep the promise, root and river, sun and air, share the harvest and remember who we are and why we care. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
This is lovely. I need you guys.
This is lovely. And I wrote this November 2004, mid-month, after the presidential selection, thinking how ugly politics had gotten and how could it get any worse.
Oh.
And it's a story about finding that place for all of us, beyond politics, beyond religion, that common ground. It's called Ours is a Simple Faith. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place. Every day, hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled. Every day. No room in this heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Ours a simple faith. Life is a short and a race. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day, living in mystery, seeking a harmony here between you and me every day. Ours a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. So short break, and come back for the after party, because if you haven't heard Matt or Jan, you're going to love them.
You're going to love it. Peace
Thank you.
out.
Yeah. Well, there's some picture on that has us running around and doing a circuit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And we are going to have our good friends Jan, Chris, and Matt Wittroba start. I didn't even look at all the messages. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna ask Jan, Chris to kick this off, and then I'll look at your messages. Jan, are you around?
I am.
Okay. Jan, Chris,
Where's Jan?
how did we even meet, Jan? She came up to me at a Folk Alliance and said, "Can I work for you for no pay?"
I said, can I volunteer in your office? Because I need to learn how to book myself.
And yes, it's become a great friendship. And we started the Yellow Room Gang. We both were saying how much we missed having a writers group, and Jan said, "Well, let's start one." And I said, "Okay." And she goes, "And let's do it at your house." And I said, "Okay."
I knew it was the only way we'd get you to the meetings.
That's right. So please, everybody, welcome Jan Christ.
Hi, guys. I'm going to start with a song. I guess Veterans Day is coming up. Anyway, I'm going to start with a song about my dad, who was not a veteran, but who wanted to. He wanted to sign up, and he couldn't because of a health problem, and so he found another way to serve. I used to be a happy man till the harbor exploded and the war began. And I tried to join right at the start, but the doctor said I had a busted heart. So I went to work in the Navy Yard. The work was lonely and the work was hard. We pulled those boys out of those wrecks, and we laid them softly on the deck. And at the end of day, back of my mind, I never could leave those boys behind. Drank my weight, trying to forget, burning back beers and cigarettes. All those boys who'd never come home, so many of them barely grown. Too many souls left in my care, leaving somebody with a cross to bear. Truth was, I died right there with them, from the dust and the stuff I was breathing in. Now I'm one more soul with no lungs, leaving somebody with a cross to bear. And I used to be a happy man till the harbor exploded and the war began.
Thank you, Jan.
You're welcome. Hey, I had Carrie Newcomer as part of my as part of a workshop that I was doing. She gave an interview for me. And she said at the Quaker churches, because they don't make noise, this is how they clap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, and that's what we do on Zoom because we're mostly muted.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. So, well, thank you, and you'll stick around for another song.
Oh, yeah.
Great, thank you. Now, Mr. Matt Watroba, who's part of Common Chords with Robert Jones, and he couldn't be here last week, so I'm so thrilled to have you here, Matt.
It's so good to be here, David. It was so good to hear you and Libby sing. It makes me want to just be back in the concert hall, with everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. It's been about 20 years. I actually did come to one of your wonderful weekends out at the Folk Project the year that Lou and Peter Berryman were there. And we had such a great time. In fact, when I picked Louie up at the airport, we got pulled over in one of those high-class New Jersey neighborhoods where we should never have been. I remember on the way to the camp, and we got pulled over by the police, and Lou Berryman talked herself out of a ticket. I thought it was a very sweet thing. David, did you just want me to play, or were you going to ask me a question or something?
No, just do a song. We'll see if I think of anything.
All right. For some reason, this song is running through my head. This is a song, it's going to be really hard for Jan and for David not to sing along on this because we do it together in the Yellow Room Gang all the time. But this is a song that I actually started writing at my grandmother's funeral many years ago. In fact, about 10 years before I even started writing songs, I got the idea for this song because I was singing at my grandma's funeral, and she lived a wonderful long life. It was more of a celebratory thing, and I remember looking out at all these people in the funeral home and thinking just how much of my grandma's love was in every single one of them, and I thought one way to live forever is to love as much as you can while you're alive, and then your love becomes a legacy. And that's kind of when I was getting to the end of doing my homage to country music, I needed one more song. I wanted to do sort of a bluegrass gospel feel, and I couldn't find anything that said what I wanted to say, so I wrote this song based on that old idea. Now, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a quartet, so if you want to sing along at home, you'll catch on pretty quickly. I'll build from the lessons I learned in my youth. How will I leave and open my eyes and my heart to the truth? That's how I'll leave this world. How will I leave? How will I leave this earth? When it comes my time to go, how will they measure my worth? I will live on, and those that I touched while I lived, in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth. In this journey of life from my death to my birth, that's how I'll leave this earth. It's choice and not chance that has brought me along. How will I leave? And showed me the difference between right and wrong. That's how I'll leave this earth. How will I leave? How will I leave this earth? When it comes my time to go, how will they measure my worth? I will live on, and those that I touched while I lived, in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth. Some say we'll live on up in heaven above. How will I leave? I will live on through the ones that I loved. That's how I'll leave this earth. How will I leave? How will I leave this earth? When it comes my time to go, how will they measure my worth? I will live on, and those that I touched while I live, in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth, in this journey of life from my death to my birth. That's how I'll leave this earth.
Thank you, Matt. You know, that should be in the Unitarian hymnal.
Right next to Simple Faith.
Right. You know, that's such a wonderful song. And,
Thank you.
All right, so
us?
Libby and I are going to do a song here.
Hey, David, is your fan on?
No.
I'm hearing some kind of weird scratching noise from your mic. Maybe your music will drown it out when you start playing.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
Yeah, I can't.
Got a ringing in my ears, but that ain't it. Well, this is one of my favorite songs that we do. I gotta admit.
This is a poem by Eugene Field. Eugene Field was called the children's poet back in, I think, the 1890s, around 1900. And it was a poem that used to be read to me as I remember it, though my sister is here and she'll probably correct me, but and she'd probably be right. But I remember my aunts reading poems to me, and I loved this poem. And I was back at my mom's house in Branford, Connecticut a few years ago, and I wrote a little piece of music, and I thought, I have no idea what will fit with this. And I reached up the family book of poetry, fell open to this poem, and it fit.
Easy does it, tired.
Winking and blinking and not one night, sailed off in a wooden shoe, sailed on a river of crystal light into the sea of dew. Where are you going? What do you wish? The old moon asked the three. We have come to fish for the herring fish, live in the beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we, waking, waking the night. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in the wooden shoe, and the wind that sped them all night long ruffled the sea of dew. The little stars were the herring fish that lived in the beautiful sea. Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never fear to we. So cried the stars to the fishermen three, waking, waking at night. All night long their nets they cast to the stars and the twinkling foam. Then down from the sky came the wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. 'Twas all so lovely a sail it seemed as if it could never be. Some folk thought 'twas a dream they dreamed of, sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you fishermen three, waking, blinking at night. Winking and blinking are two little eyes, a nod is a little head, and the wooden shoe that sailed the skies, we once trundled in. So shut your eyes now as mother sings of wonderful sights to be. You will see all those beautiful things as you rock on a misty sea. Where the old shoe rocked, the fishermen three, waking, blinking an eye. Thank you. Thank you. So Jan, how about another song? And you know, and because we haven't even seen each other, you know, so what have you been up to, and how have you been coping with the COVID? And are you Jan as the she is the resident, I don't know what, of the Yellow Room Gang, of many things, but she is well known for. She lives in Fort Wayne, Indiana now, and she's well known for writing a song on the way up to the gang and singing it that night and having it be brilliant. And we sort of expect it from her now. So,
Only I can't drive now. You know, I can't drive up. Although we bought a camper so that we can travel to see our son and his wife and baby, and take our own bedroom and our own bathroom with us. So
you know, I expect by next year you'll have a whole album of camper songs.
well, I probably won't have that, but I'll have a whole album probably of these workshop songs, because I've done 3 workshops
Wow.
since the pandemic started.
Oh yeah, Jan. And have we got that information in chat or your website? Hopefully
Yeah.
in chat, because Jan offers these writing workshops, and I attended one, and they're tremendous, and it's a tremendous group of writers there, and Jan has been teaching songwriting for many years. So I would urge people to find them if you're interested in attending, because you'll get a good song out of it.
It's been great, and I'm working on a retreat for artists. Jill, Jack, and I've been talking about what it is that we need in these times, what we as artists are really feeling like we need, and so we're going to put together a conference for people who need what we need. And provide them with speakers and groups that will talk about the things that we need to keep us going. You know,
As in terms of Defiantly Hopeful. It could be the Defiantly Hopeful conference. So, well, Jan, if you would grace us with another song, that would be tremendous.
I would love to. Thanks for asking me. Speaking of hope, let's talk about fear, being afraid, and the toll that it takes on us every day. Pain, grief, and doubt, and the way that it pulls us inside out. When you think that nothing is gonna change, it just leaves you prisoner to the pain. But what makes the abused refuse to back down? What makes the broken stand their ground? What makes the heart start to believe? What is the gift that faith receives? What is the soul of the mystery? And what breaks the hold of brutality? Hope, eyes wide open, hope will unbroken hope. come of the faith that we gave, things that were done, and faith in something bigger than us, more real than the people who vie for our trust. 'Cause trust can be abused, and truth can be betrayed. So how is anything ever gonna change? Oh, what makes the abused refuse to back down? What makes the broken stand their ground? What makes the heart start to believe? What is the gift that faith receives? What is the soul of the mystery? And what breaks the hold of brutality? You and me and hope, eyes wide open, hope will unbroken hope. Oh, it's hope, eyes wide open, hope will unbroken hope. It's hope, eyes wide open, hope will unbroken. Thank you.
So, whoop.
He's
So, Jan, just want to have you play that again. It should be out everywhere these days, and that song is recorded on a CD, right?
Yeah, we have it on one of our Yellow Room Gang CDs, and we also have it on the Diamonds in the Rust EP.
And the name of that song, Jan?
It's called Hope.
So, yes, so you can find that song if you can't get enough of it, because I know the gang can't get enough of it either. So thank you, Jan, for being here tonight, and we're going to ask Mr. Matt Watroba to do another song. Matt is
First of all, David, before you ask me your penetrating gotcha question, let me just say how much I love that song and how much I love Jan Christ, just to let everybody know. She is a treasured artist, and we're so glad she's part of our gang.
And can I tell you how wonderful it is to be in the company of these fine performers and finer people? I mean, Matt Watroba and David Tamulevich are really fine performers. Libby is a fine performer, but they're all even finer people, and I just love them with my whole heart.
yeah.
See, she not only does she write better than me, but she compliments better than me.
yes, certainly my goal every Yellow Room Gang meeting is to make Jan cry, and so, I have to
Not with joy either.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry, David, you were about to ask?
I forget now. No, a lot of people don't know that you have a tremendous you teach sing-alongs and lead them and all over the place, and it's just tremendous. People love it, and you've gotten back to doing them now, right? In a virtual way.
Yeah, I'm doing one every last Tuesday of the month through the Farmington Hills Public Library in Farmington Hills, Michigan. But anybody in the country can sign up for it and join us. Unfortunately, because of the latency and the delay in computers, we can't really sing together. But for an hour and 15 minutes on the last Tuesday of the month from like 7 to 8:30, I just sing a bunch of sing-along songs, and everybody is reporting that it's making them feel better, That's
well,
the
hey,
goal.
that is that's a great accomplishment in and of itself.
You know, I got to interview Pete Seeger when he was 89 years old, and he told me, you know, so this was, you know, maybe 8 or 9 years ago, 10 years ago, and he said that it was never his intention to put a song in people's ears, that it was always his intention to put a song on people's lips. And he told me that getting people to sing was the most important work that he did in his life. And at that moment, I decided that that was going to be a really big part of what I do. I've been singing for many, many, many years for people, but lately, in the last few years, it's all been about bringing people together to raise our voices together. And it's just been amazing. I've never had more fun in my performing life than when I started doing these community sings.
Well, straight from the master himself, you know, that was a little gift. You know?
Yeah, and I also have some good news. You know, some people know me as a radio host because I've been hosting public radio folk music shows for over 30 years. And currently my show is on WKAR in East Lansing out of Michigan State University on Sunday nights starting at 6 o'clock. And I don't even know if I told you this, David, but starting this Sunday, I'm going to have an extra hour. So I'm going to be on for 3 hours on Sunday night. And they're repeating 2 of those hours on Saturday night where Prairie Home Companion used to be. So now I'm going to be on the radio for 5 hours on the weekend, which is awesome.
And Matt, you kept us company on our way home this weekend when we were coming back from the Detroit area.
Oh, cool. I wish I would have known. I would have played a Jan Chris song.
Yeah. Well, we just loved listening to you.
Yeah, it's Matt. He's serious about being on the air for 30 years, and he's interviewed almost everybody who's anybody, and he's a fond of stories. I mean, this is what personal opinion here, but I think most of you will agree. This is what radio should be about. You know, it's a knowledgeable, caring person who's putting things together intelligently for a purpose, and that's what, you know, when FM radio came in the late 60s, that was it. You got DJs who cared and put things together because it was, you know, it was meaningful. It was art, and it wasn't commerce, and that's what Matt does. So really, you get a chance to hear Matt, WKAR, on Sunday nights. I would tune in because you will not be disappointed.
You're right about that, David. Almost nothing I do these days has anything to do with commerce. That's for
Well, Matt, one more song, please.
Sure. You know, I spend a lot of my, as many of us do, we spend a lot of our time these days sort of practicing and practicing being more present, practicing being in the moment, practicing, you know, trying to make more meaning out of our lives. And we've spent all these years practicing, and it sort of occurred to me that 2020 is probably the reason we were practicing, right? That it's now time to open that toolbox and get out all those things we've been thinking about for the last several years that put us in the moment. Because, Lord, we're going to need them, you know? And it was a couple of years ago that I had noticed, I think it was after the 2016 election, I had noticed that half of my Facebook friends unfriended the other half of my Facebook friends. And I decided that that's not good. But I wrote this song just to sort of ask some questions about that. You know, I for one will not be divided. You know, there's people that I love who I have no idea who they voted for. Now, I won't lie, this isn't easy and it's getting harder. But the truth is, we have to look a little deeper than what's on the surface. And so that's why I kind of wrote this song that's become kind of one of my most requested songs lately. Could you love me if I don't look like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I see myself in you? Could you love me if I don't look like you? Could you love me if I don't think like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I see myself in you? Could you love me if I don't think like you? This life's a burning candle, and it would be a shame if we ignored the difference between the smoke and the flame. Could you love me if I don't pray like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I see myself in you? Could you love me if I don't pray like you? This moment is a miracle, so why not find a way to be here and be grateful that we share another day? Could you love me if I don't love like you? Is it deeper? Is it stronger? Something hidden, something true. If I stare a little longer, will I find myself in you? Could you love me if I am not like you?
That was beautiful, Matt.
Beautiful, Matt. You know, and Olivia and I decided that that was so beautiful that we want to end the show with that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, thank you.
Really, it's such a, you know, we love, you know, we use the phrase love each other, but you know, we you know, Libby and I, we really love Matt and Jan and so many of you out there. It's this is
I
where
love you, David.
you know, this is the
Really,
you know,
Matt.
that's what this, you know, community is about. This is where we, you know, we find each other. We're family, and this is like Jen said, it's hope here, and you know, all of you that are out there, you know, it's you know, you are exceptional and you make a difference, and we're so appreciative that you're here tonight.
And others are close. I mean, we're here. We seem far, far away, but Matt, I've missed you, and you feel so close now. Jan, I've missed you, and you feel so close now, and it's doing wonderful things for my heart. And everybody that's involved here tonight, who's sharing this with us, I can't thank you enough for what
Thanks,
you've
Libby.
made me feel.
I had there's several people in the chat. They're asking about that last song, and I did put a little video together of that song that I'm pretty proud of. I took a lot of images from the internet, but if you just you know, Google my name and go to my YouTube page, you should be able to see that video and hear the song again too, if you want to hear it
Nice.
and see the video.
So
Oh, music. I see somebody, Bev said that this music is going to keep her going for another week.
Good.
And you know, sometimes I'd like get up and turn on the music when I get going in the day, because I know that I'm not gonna get anything done if I don't turn some music on and turn my head to a better place.
Yeah. It's
Music will do
important that we keep a focus that is based in love. And there'll be a lot of hate around in the next little while, and you just have to focus
and beyond.
and beyond.
Because somebody's going to win and somebody's going to hate, and it doesn't matter. It's
Open
Yes.
up that toolbox, folks.
yeah, get ready for a bumpy ride. Buckle up.
Music is an important part of it.
right,
It is.
right. So Brandon, I think we can handle this. Is if you unmute folks, and we can talk. If anybody has any questions for Jan or Matt or us or each other,
You want me to go